Alright guys, here we go. Tonight we are bringing you some SBF action between the Motown Ballers and the Magic City Stingray. This will be the first opportunity people have at watching Amar Bryant play on a pro court. This matchup is showcasing two teams that are struggling right now, two teams that have had very successful past, but as of right now, this season, both teams are on the cusp of missing the playoffs. One of these two teams have to win. You'd like to think that both of these two teams have the opportunity to start getting themselves right, get on a streak, fix their mistakes, and make the playoffs and maybe make a push. They have the talent. Maybe it all starts tonight with this one. As you watch Jamarius Randall get to the rim and score right off the bat. Deion Richmond's going to bring the ball up for the Ballers. Big-time playmaker for Richmond. Ridnour going to drive. He gets stopped by Amar. Drops it down to Cross. Cross tries to float it up. That's no good. Oakley pulls it down. They're going to give it to Amar. Here comes Amar Bryant. Takes the screen from Fred Oakley. Spin move. Gets stopped by Jordan Harrison. Amar looking for somebody to get open, but his team's not helping him. They're all standing still. Jamarius Randall drives right at Ricky. That's no good. Deion driving. Amar with an opportunity at a chase down, but couldn't get there. Good steal for the Motown Ballers, leading to a bucket to tie the ball game. 2 points apiece. Double screen set. Bean for three. That's good. And that's why Magic City wanted Bean Shep in the first round of this draft. His three-point shooting is spectacular. He is probably the best 3-and-D guard coming out of this draft. Amar Bryant reels in the rebound, passes it up to Bean. Bean looking for a teammate, going to take a screen. He's going to pull the three, and he got it. Bean looking lights out to start this game. What confidence to take that three after he rolls off of that screen. Pass over to Ridnour. Ridnour going to get it back to Richmond. They've got some of the tallest playmakers in the league here in Motown. Deion Richmond, 6'11", I believe. Then you got Nick Ridnour, who's a center at 6'10", and he is a playmaker as well. Jamarius Randall driving, kicks it out Fred Oakley. Oakley right at the defense. That's no good. Pulled down by Ricky Cross. Up court, here comes Jordan Harrison. Finds Ricky. Ricky drives, lays it in. That's no good. Great defense from CJ Thomas. Here come the Stingrays. They kick it out to Amar. Amar takes the screen. He's driving. He's got the size advantage right now. Let's see how he uses it. Floats it up, left hand, no good. Got his own rebound. Puts it up again and got it off the glass. Great job there from Amar Bryant. The Magic City Stingrays were missing that three spot. All season long, they had Junior Rollins playing the three, and it just wasn't working. Then they go out and they signed Amar Bryant. Their team's been a little bit better ever since. Let's see if they can get their first TV victory of the season. 2 seconds left. Ballers have to put it up. That's no good. Great boxing out there from Magic City as they put it into the hands of their best playmaker, Amar Bryant. Let's see what he can do. Amar pops mid-range. That's no good. Rebounded Thomas. Kick out. Bean. Open three. That's no good. CJ Thomas fighting for it again. Kicks it out, but picked up by the Ballers. Bean, good look there. Not able to get it to fall. Harrison stepping back. Ballers looking for something to happen. Drops it down Ricky. Ricky attacks the rim again. Another bad shot, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds. And in my opinion, this is what's wrong with the Motown Ballers right now. They don't have an identity on offense. They've got a couple of facilitating big men. They've got Ricky Cross, who's a terror on defense and on the rebounds. But, I mean, he's just struggling being the leading offensive scorer. You've got Jordan Harrison, who's supposed to be an athletic inside finisher, but just hasn't looked the same this year. And then Ben Henry, non-existent right now. I almost wonder if you can draw up the problems, chalk it up to scheming struggles, because Ben Henry's a good shooter. They're just not getting him open. And here's a good look at Paris Erickson. I've heard multiple rumors that Paris Erickson is being shopped around. He is a great playmaking power forward that plays the 3 position here in Magic City. Screen set, Bean. Bean open for 3, a little too deep. Pulls mid-range off the glass and got it. Great screen set from his teammate there, Amar Bryant, to give Bean the little bit of a step he needed to score. Here comes Ben Henry now. Screens being set. Harrison up top. Great coverage there from Jamarius Randall to not give him a step. Going right at Amar Bryant. Great defense there. Put his hands up. Got a hand in his face without creating a foul. Bean drops it down to Jamarius. Jamarius pumps. Tries to go up and loses the ball. Jamarius Randall looking like a shell of himself in this one. And there's a crossover. Ankles broken there, but no opportunity not taken by Dustin Bass.
Home team foul. Bryant. First personal foul. First team
Dustin
foul.
Bass earlier this season was an A-Town assassin. He is a very good facilitating power forward. Very good. He was one of the Assassins' top players, but the Assassins just, they couldn't hang on to him anymore because Jay Blinko was a facilitating power forward as well. Having 2 facilitating power forwards wasn't good. And that's a 3 ball from Junior Rollins. That's why they wanted Amar Bryant, to put Junior Rollins back on the bench to come in and be a catch and shoot guy just like that. Warren driving, lays it up, no good. Great rebound from Junior. Here come the Stingrays. Up to Malachi Fitz, the 6'7" point guard. Pick and roll set with Cletus. Malachi driving, goes up strong, doesn't finish, gets his rebound and puts that up. Using that height to his advantage there. Here comes Dustin Bass. Another power forward that can play the small forward position. There's a lot of good facilitating forwards in our league. But the thing that sets Dustin Bass and Paris Erickson apart is their ability to ball handle. As you see here. Dustin, great ball handler. Puts it up over Cletus. That's no good. But Frederick Morris, Sr., picks that up and slams it down. Ballers. 8 points now. Here we go. Pick and roll. Malachi Fitz and Cletus. Cletus has got the size advantage down low. Let's see if they take advantage of it. They don't. They're going to kick it out to Junior. 10 seconds left on the clock. Now they do. They drop it down to Cletus. Cletus is going to go with a hook. No good. Got a rebound. Puts it back again and got it. A lot of self-rebounds for the Magic City Stingrays tonight. This would be a big-time win for the Stingrays, and they need it. And what a move from Dustin Bass. What a move from the Ballers GM to put Dustin Bass on the bench. Started Nick Ridnour, put Dustin Bass on the bench, and he's been a difference maker off the bench for scoring, just scoring output in general. That's how I'm going to word it, because his facilitating is a massive help. On top of the fact that he is also putting up points against the second unit. Great rebound from Cletus. Kicks it out to Garrison. There's a 3. The only downfall, I don't think Dustin Bass is happy here in Motown. He's made his request known that he likes to be a starter. He is a star in this league, and he doesn't feel that. He doesn't feel appreciated here in Motown coming off the bench. He realizes that he helps his team out, and that's why he's conflicted. He likes to do what's best for the team, but not at the cost of his own stats. And being on the second unit with the Motown Ballers, It is greatly helping his team. But his stats are dropping. Less assists because he doesn't have as much talent around him to pass to. Scoring output has slightly increased in terms of efficiency, points per minutes. Yeah, the total points per game has gone down, but it's because he's playing less minutes. Calvin Day rebounded, puts it back again. Couldn't get either of those to fall. Here comes Garrison Fleming for the Magic City Stingrays. Driving to the rim, slams it down. What a burst of speed from Garrison Fleming in the open court to just absolutely ignite towards the rim and throw it down. Here comes Morris Sr. Kicks it back to Clyde Warren. Clyde's got the bigger man on him. He kicks it over to Calvin Day. Pick and roll time. Stingrays staying in front of their man. Bad pass from Calvin Day. Great look, though. That was the exact right idea, just not a good execution. Junior Rollins looking for somebody to get open. Fred Oakley has Clyde Warren down low. Instead, Junior drives to the rim, got his own rebound, kicks it out to Fleming. 10 seconds on the clock. Pick and roll time. CJ Thomas, let's see if he drops it down. He does. Oakley, turn, fades, puts it up, and no good. I'd like to see the big man go up stronger than that over the guard. Dustin Bass attacks Fred Oakley. Great strip there. Bass picks it up, and then great defense from Oakley. The Stingrays just absolutely shutting them down defensively. Pass out CJ. Another mismatch down low. Fred Oakley on Clyde Warren. Double team comes. Oakley puts it up anyways and got it.
Assist goes to Thomas.
And that's a timeout for your Motown Ballers. They want to talk about it. Their defense, their offense, their everything is slacking right now as the Stingrays are up by 16 at the beginning of the second quarter. If I'm the Motown Ballers, what do I do to fix what's going on right now? I mean, for starters, I think they're on the right track. I've heard some of the rumors swirling about players that are available, but you need to move one of these playmakers and in return get a score. That's first and foremost. What a great slam from Amar Bryant. That's first and foremost. You've got to move on from all your playmakers. And I mean, Deion Richmond might be a candidate. Deion Richmond would be appealing to some people, being a 95 overall player, very tall. They can play him at the 2, the 3, or the 4 because of his ball handling, rebounding ability. I mean, you might be able to keep Dustin Bass to be a cheaper version of Deion Richmond. Or they could go ahead and move Dustin Bass. He's also a 92 overall. He'd be very attractive in the trade market. Or if you wanted to move, like make it the most minimal impact you could, move Nick Ridnour just for a backup guard that's focused purely around scoring. Irregardless, one of those 3 players, in my opinion, has to move. If I was the GM and I was making a trade, who would I target with those 3 players? Amar pops a 3. That's no good. I mean, oh man, it would be nice to get a Bean Shep. Bean Shep exactly fits what they want in terms of catch and shoot, hyper athletic scorer. But you've already got a Ben Henry, so you really don't need a catch and shoot guy. What you need is more of a drive to the rim, dunk through traffic, like a Levi McNeil type. Randall floats it up with the right hand. That's no good. Trying to think if the Ballers could get, I mean, Bryce Dyson would have been good.
Harrison.
If the Ballers can somehow finagle Bryce Dyson, who was just traded from the Stingrays to the Warriors, if they could now go see How much do the Warriors value Bryce Dyson now that their team is still losing? Would they prefer to tank for the season, or are they still trying to hold on? Another person that might be helpful, if they could go out and grab like a Dion Hill. The Chapel Hill Hornets might be looking to move on and restart, and the Dion Hill hyper athletic scoring big man on the inside. You'd have Dion and Ricky scoring from the inside, and then in the offseason you can start to work around providing them shooters to surround them. A great move from Bean to get to the rim and score. Stingrays up by 12. Ballers have got to get something going here. Drives to the rim, lays it in, and that's good. Great lay-in there from Jordan Harrison. That's the Jordan Harrison that we saw last year for the Ballers. That's what they're expecting to get this season. Bean drops it down to Jamarius. Jamarius pulls mid-range and got it. The Rattler falls.
Number 39. Timeout, Ballers.
I could use a t-shirt. But that's besides the point. Back to the game. Alright, here we go. Jordan Harrison bringing the ball up for the Ballers. Jordan. Great pass down low to Ricky Cross. Ricky able to finish it on the inside. Good defense there from Amar Bryant, but man, that pass was spectacular. I am not sure how he got that pass to go. Double team comes. Jamarius puts it up anyways. Ricky Cross pulls in the rebound. Ballers with a chance here to come back. Good pass over to Harrison. Land is no good. Rebounded Amar Bryant. In transition, Amar up to Bean. Bean, three. That's no good. Rebounded Jordan Harrison. Fast break offense right now. Both teams very fast paced. Missed layup. Rebound gathered in from the Ballers. They're going to set this one up again. 10 seconds. Driving. Lays it in. That's good. Beautiful play design from the Ballers there. Getting Dion Richmond wide open. Here comes Paris Erickson. Paris Erickson and Amar Bryant in at the same time. This could be a very good combo. Pass over to Bean. 10 seconds left on the clock. Bean and his friend Cletus. Pick and roll. Bean driving. Puts it up. That's no good. Rebounded Nick Ridnour. Here comes Ricky Cross. Ballers looking to cut into the lead even more. Pass down low to Dion, and that's good. Erickson struggling defensively right now. 6-point lead for Magic City. Cletus over to Amar. Amar finds Randall down low. Great pass from Amar Bryant. What court vision there. Here comes Jordan Harrison. Gets it over to Nick Ridnour. 35 seconds left on the clock. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Richmond, 5. Driving. Right at Amar. Amar puts a hand in his face. And then here comes Jamarius Randall to foul him and send him to the free throw line.
Shooting for the Ballers.
First one's up and good.
2 shots.
Second one, that's up and that's good. Again, the lead is just 6 for Magic City. Shot clock is turned off. Let's see what they do with it right before half. Garrison Fleming, the ball handler right now. Looks like he's going to drain this clock and take a last shot. Not a bad idea considering the momentum that the Ballers have. Mid-range jumper. That's no good. We're going to go into halftime with the score 34 for Magic City, 28 for Motown. Let's go ahead and see what they pull up for these halftime numbers. That's what I'm interested to see here. Field goal percentage the way of the Stingrays by a lot. Rebounds leading towards the Stingrays. Assists the Stingrays. Defensively, 3 steals compared to 1 steal, 1 block. So, I mean, it's been a pretty even game, but the field goal percentage is going to be hard to win if you're the Motown Ballers and you're shooting 39%. But I think towards the end of the second quarter, they really picked that up. And if they can continue that into the second half, I do think that they have a good chance to come back in this game. Keys to victory for both teams. Magic City, you're going to have to go back to what was working in that first quarter. Catch and shoot with Bean Ship. That was working to perfection. Why did we stop? If you're Motown, you got to go back to what you were doing towards the end of the second quarter, and that's great facilitating. The extra pass leading to open shots at the rim. Here we go. Bean guarded by Ricky Cross. Bean trying to get past him, can't. Drops it down. Thomas down low, able to get the shot to go over Ridnour. Richmond over to Henry. Pick and roll time. Henry driving, blocked. C.J. Thomas sends that into the stands. What a big time block there from C.J. Thomas. Really been quiet tonight, but that's kind of the story of CJ's career. One of the hardest workers in every facility he's ever been to. One of the hardest working players the Stingrays have ever seen. Really just, he puts up those nitty gritty numbers. He gets the rebounds, the charge calls, sets the good screens. Nothing flashy for CJ Thomas. 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago though, the Stingrays made it to the finals, and it was off the back of CJ Thomas. He went insane on scoring in the postseason, averaging 20 to 30 points per game, which is well above his career average, and led his team to the SBF Championship Series against the A-Town Assassins, of which they lost. TJ, great defensive play there. Puts a hand up, stops Ridnour from scoring, and grabs the rebound. Jamarius Randall really been struggling for these Stingrays this quarter. There he goes, though, finding CJ in a cut, and CJ slams it home. That's what I have seen Jamarius Randall slacking on this game and this season in general, is not making that extra pass. Jamarius Randall is a superstar scoring point guard, so he does not want to make that extra pass. He wants to put the ball in himself. But he's got good shooters around him now in Bean Shep and Amar Bryant. There's a lot of situations where if Jamarius Randall would make one extra pass rather than going right up with it, it would result in a better result for his team. Cross pulls mid-range. Cross really struggling tonight. He couldn't get that one to find the bottom of the net either. Passing it around. Randall finds Rollins cutting right to the rim. What a great slam there. Sorry guys for the frequent mutes here. I believe I'm coming down with something and I have to keep muting to sneeze. I'm not sure what it sounds like in the recording. We post our recordings raw. So just in case you can hear the mute noise every time I close my mic, I wanted to apologize. Here we go. Junior Rollins kicks it back. Jamarius Randall. Screen from Fred Oakley. There's the roll. Kicks it over to Rollins. I feel like Oakley had a good roll opportunity there. Let's see what he does with this. Turn, fade, puts it up. That's good. Fred Oakley is patenting that Dirk fade for himself during his career. We're going to have to start calling it the Oakley fade. There's a pass inside to Ricky. Couldn't get that to fall, and then blocked. Ricky Cross, what is happening with him tonight? Pass over Jamarius. Screen set from CJ. Pick and roll time. Amar Bryant on the outside. 10 seconds to go. Amar drops it down to CJ. CJ backs up and pulls a three. That's no good. Very questionable shot there from CJ Thomas. I've never seen him shoot a three, let alone that type of three. Harrison goes up strong against Randall. That's no good. No matter how poorly the Stingrays perform on offense, the Ballers just will not come back if they can't get it together on offense for themselves. And what a great layup by Amar Bryant that time. Amar Bryant is a difference maker for this team. This team needed a good three, and they got it in Amar Bryant. I'm sure most of you at this point know, but Amar Bryant was originally a point guard at Norfolk State before deciding to opt out of school and go straight to the pros, something the SBF allows. Amar kicks it back to Junior. Junior over to Randall, back to CJ. Amar coming up, wants it. 5 seconds left on the clock. Amar just holding it. He's going to have to pull for three. That's no good. Bad offensive execution from the Stingrays. It looked like Amar was waiting and trying to set something up, but nobody would get open. And Junior Rollins that time caught slapping the wrist of Jordan Harrison.
Team foul. Shooting for the Ballers. Richmond.
This is actually Dion Richmond at the line. The first one's a no good from Dion. Second one, he got it. Here comes Malachi Fitz into the game now for the Stingrays.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass over to Cletus White, back to Erickson. Harris Erickson dropping it down to Garrison Fleming, one-on-one with Clyde Warren. Garrison doesn't take it. 4 seconds on the clock. Cletus sets a screen. Stingrays, missed opportunity there, not able to get anybody open. Here come the Ballers. Down by 15. Step back crossover, looking for his man, pulls three. That's no good. Garrison Fleming pulls it down. 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Amar Bryant open down low, doesn't get it. Cletus with the putback. Finger roll for Amar Bryant, falls just short, but his teammate skies in there to help him out and get the putback. And there's an open slam from Dion Richmond. And this is why I think Dion Richmond would be a massive value added for somebody out there that needs a playmaker three. Dion gets quite a few points considering his role as a playmaker. 15 to 20 points a game. It's not enough to be a superstar scorer, which is what the Ballers need. But if you need a playmaker that can score, which a lot of teams do, Dion Richmond can be your guy.
Erickson. First personal foul, second team foul. Shooting for the Ballers.
I mean, if you're the Ballers, maybe you even consider going out after Amar Bryant, because Dion Richmond might be a better fit here in Magic City, and Amar Bryant might be a better fit in Motown. Just a suggestion. Amar Bryant has that scoring ability and desire to put the ball up, whereas Dion, he's a pass-first guy. The beauty of Amar Bryant, though, is this guy also loves to facilitate. He is a defense-first facilitating scorer. Like, if I could put everything in his title, I would. Here comes Bean. Very quiet since quarter number one. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Screen set from Randall. Bean just kind of holding it. 5 seconds left. Gets it to Randall. He scores.
Number 39.
Mullins passes it up. Morris Sr. puts it up.
Number 17.
Only seconds remaining, and he got it to fall. Randall going to have to heave this. He chooses not to. Doesn't want to hurt his stats. All right, we are going into the fourth quarter. Not a close game, but I'm also not going to rule the Ballers out of anything yet. I have seen crazier comebacks, and I mean, at some point, it's got to click for Motown this season, right? At some point, they were in the championship last season. For those of you guys that weren't here for the last season or don't remember the last season, the Motown Ballers started out with a couple of losses right off the bat and then made a trade, brought in Ed Payne, and won out for basically the entire season. I believe they only ended with about 4 or 5 losses. They had an incredible run and a very clean run to the postseason, where I think they only lost like 1 game, until they got to the Rattlesnakes in the championship, where the Rattlesnakes went down 0-1, and then the Rattlesnakes were able to win the next 2. So, I mean, Motown, like, they are 1 year removed from probably the best regular season record the SBF has ever seen. And just look at this collapse. This season, they're on the cusp of not even making the playoffs with only 10 wins. Shot goes up for Motown. That's no good. CJ Thomas pulls it down. Here comes Amar Bryant. Kicks it up to Bean. Bean crossing over Clyde. Finds CJ down low. Shot is up, and that's no good. Morris Sr. is one of those underrated players that I feel people should be looking at. Bass trying to go right at Amar Bryant. Great defensive effort there. That's no good. Amar Bryant might not have those flashy numbers tonight, but I constantly am saying it. Amar Bryant with the great defensive effort. That is something that's being said very often. Not that time, as Dustin Bass has stopped his little stop and start. Caught Amar sliding. Mid-range jumper is good for him.
Fans, the loudest section gets free t-shirts. Let's see who's the loudest. In for the Ballers.
All right, and here we go. Bean Shep looking to make a move. Kicks it out to Jamarius. Pick and roll Fred Oakley. Jamarius wants it from mid-range. Not going to pull it. Gets it over to Paris Erickson. Paris takes the screen. Pops it mid-range. That's no good. Dustin Bass gets that rebound. 5 minutes to go in the game. Motown. This is where I think they need some 3 shooters. Pass tipped up. Broken up from CJ Thomas.
In for the Ballers.
Ricky Cross coming back into the game. And I mean, Ricky Cross is about these guys' top scorer, and he is having a terrible game. And that's another thing Ricky Cross can do right there. If this team wasn't loaded at playmakers, Ricky Cross could be the best playmaker. He is a great playmaker, and he was a fantastic one in college last season for I believe Gonzaga is where he played. Five seconds on the clock. Jamarius, wide open 3. That's good. Jamarius Randall uses the screen to perfection and drills a 3. 16-point lead for Magic City. Let me give you guys a first 5 picks in this upcoming draft, mock draft, okay? I'm forecasting the Chupacabras, when it's all said and done, will have the number 1 overall pick, because I think the Venom will be the worst team in the league. So if the Chupacabras end with the number 1 pick, I'm going to say Ballers. I'm going to say Venom will get the number 2 pick because I think the Talons will be the second worst team in the league by far. So I think it'll go Chupacabras, Talons, Chupacabras, Venom. Then I think you're looking at, this is where it's going to be tough because the Ballers could get hot at any moment. Right now the Ballers are looking at that 3 spot, but I'm going to put the Warriors there. I think by the time the season's over, the Ballers will have figured it out a little bit. Will they be able to recover? I don't think so. And that's why I'm going to put the Assassins at the 4 spot because the Assassins, they own the Ballers' first round pick. So right now I got Chupacabras, Venom, Warriors, Assassins, and then I'm going to go ahead, and because of how bad Magic City has looked all this season, I'm going to say they don't right the ship and they end with that 5 pick. This is just off the top of my head. I could be missing some things. I think the Cayman, the reason they're not up here is I think they're getting better and better, and I would not be surprised to see them make some noise in the playoffs. Same with the Chapel Hill Hornets. So my top 5 projected picks off the top of my head. I'm going to go with the number 1 overall pick, Chupacabras. Number 2, Venom. Number 3, Warriors. Number 4, Assassins. Number 5, Stingrays. With that projection, if every player declared for the draft, I think the number 1 pick in the SBF draft this season would go to Kai Williams. Look at the way this guy is playing right now. Look at how good Kai Williams has been for MSU, especially as of late. Taking all the shots, still getting his assist numbers in there, getting some steals. And then look at that Chupacabras team. Some of you guys might be thinking, what? Alessandro Carter, if he's available? Well, I mean, he's already said he's not declaring, so I'm ruling out those players that already said no. But even if Alessandro had declared, I'm not sure I would take him over Kai because of what the Chupacabras need. They want a scoring point guard that also has the ability to pass the ball. Yes, I know Alessandro can do that, but the part of Kai's game that Alessandro has not perfected yet is his sharp shooting ability. Kai Williams is a fantastic shooter, as you saw in his last game where he played against MTSU. Almost broke the school record for threes in a game by himself. Like, Kai Williams is my number 1 pick to the Chupacabras to fill that point guard void that they've had for years. Number 2, the Warriors. They have Bryce Dyson and a bunch of nobodies right now. They did a good job in the offseason picking up some good nobodies, but I mean, they also got off to a late start. They were a late GM addition, did their best. I think they did a fantastic job with what they had to work with. But here's an opportunity to add a second superstar, and I think they go Josh Robinson. You give a superstar big man, Shaq-like center to Bryce Dyson, and I think these Warriors become contenders next season. Then at the 3 spot is where it starts to get a little... Oh, no, the number 2 pick goes to the Venom. I'm sorry, I mixed that up. 3 is the Warriors. Whew, that's tough. Then I'm... The Venom... Very close ties to MTSU players. I'm not sure, though, if he's going to let that cloud his judgment. He could end up going with Cedric if he believes in the MTSU player system. But if I was making the pick for the Venom, I go Josh Robinson. Superstar center, build your franchise around him. Unfortunate part is, will Josh Rob be happy being in Venom, knowing he's the only star, and it will probably take a couple years to rebuild. Number 3, Warriors. Now that Robinson's off the clock, I'm still looking best available outside of small forward. In my opinion, that's going to be the big man spot, and that's going to be... Oof, man, that's tough because you also have Dime Hardaway, who's balling out for a lesser team. I think with that 3 spot right now, I select Dime Hardaway. What he's doing for Mississippi State is incredible, and he's not getting enough credit for it. Number 3 in the MVP race. Hasn't really moved off that spot all season, and he's doing it with lesser teammates. Baki Galupi really stepping up and helping out as of late. But Dwayne just shooting them into holes each and every game. With that number 4 pick, the Assassins, really looking for a big man. I think if Robinson goes number 2, Collinsworth ends up going number 4. And then at number 5, the Magic City Stingrays, the team you're looking at right now, what could they use? Amar Bryant's only on a 1-year deal. He could be gone at the end of the season. I think if I'm the Stingrays, I might even consider a Juan Jose here. Bring him in off the bench. Him and Bean can rotate, shooting threes. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the game. Sorry for another blowout. If you're a Magic City fan, though, you might have enjoyed this one. I will catch you guys in the next game.